It's 48 degrees this morning. Brisk, chilly morning, but it's sunny. And if you sit in the sun, it can get pretty warm. Completely warming, and as soon as you step into the shade, it's freezing. I've even got gloves I've been wearing. So I'm still here in Las Cruces. I had a package shipped here, so I went and picked it up, and I spent the day yesterday installing it. It's something new for me. I know it's not new for a lot of you out there. It's very old. It's this cell boosting antenna. I'm a little slower than most people, yeah, when it comes to technology. I should have said that first. So let me show you how I went about installing this. I'd never done it before, and I didn't want to drill another hole into the van. And I thought that was actually one of the reasons I've never purchased one of these, aside from the cost, was that I didn't feel like drilling another hole to run wires, because I knew you had to run wires from the antenna on top of the vehicle into the van. Once I got the package, the instructions showed how to do it where you didn't have to drill a hole. Let me show you how I did that. So what I did here is I mounted the antenna to the deck on the roof. It just comes down here, and then I removed this plastic piece right here and tucked it inside there underneath. Went underneath the rubber gasket here, the rubber door seal, and travels all along here to here. And then luckily I had a little plug here, a little rubber plug that I just had to poke a hole through, and it goes right into the inside of the van. I'm gonna make something for dinner tonight that requires some prep work beforehand. I'm gonna make a cheese sauce here. Yes, vegan cheese sauce. Don't get scared. This is a vegan tofu cheese I'm going to be making. So I start out with 1 tub of silken tofu. This is the softest one you can buy. It's when it's blended up, it's like creamy. I'm using a little bullet blender. So the ingredients that go into this are lemon juice, apple cider vinegar. That's going to give it that sharp taste. And then nutritional yeast. Has a very kind of cheesy flavor. And then salt, and I'm going to add potassium chloride, no salt, for my low salt diet, and garlic powder. And then a little bit of olive oil. You don't have to. I think it makes it a little more cheesy consistency. 2 tablespoons of lemon juice and 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. Then 4 tablespoons of nutritional yeast. And then 1 to 1.5 teaspoons of salt to start. And then 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. And then I only have this spray can of olive oil, and I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil. And that's it. There's your ingredients. And then blend it until it's completely smooth. The reason why I'm making this ahead of time is because the true flavor of it doesn't really come out until it's been in the refrigerator for a half hour at least. I like to do it a couple hours. Yeah, there we go. I think that's it. You can see, can you see how creamy it is? You'll see when I pour it into the dish that I'll be making later. recipe we're going to make tonight is a traditional holiday dish. It's broccoli with cheese sauce. So I started by steaming some vegetables. I have broccoli and cauliflower, halfway steamed, so they're still a little crunchy, and because we're going to cook them in the air fryer in the casserole dish. So since I'm doing it in an air fryer because I don't have an oven, that's my oven, I'm going to use the silicone insert, putting the broccoli, and in my case, cauliflower also. Give it a little salt and pepper. And this is what we made the tofu cheese sauce for. You can see the consistency of it. And I'm going to mix that up a little bit. All right, the traditional recipe calls for crushed up Ritz crackers. I don't have Ritz crackers, but I did have some Wassa rye crackers. And so I crushed those up and sprinkle that on top. Did I tell you already that I haven't made this before? This is an experiment. And so this will give it a nice crunchiness on top. And then put a little more salt and pepper on the breadcrumbs. Because these breadcrumbs don't contain any salt or anything like that. Those crackers are pretty plain. Now we're going to pop it in the air fryer for maybe 20 minutes. Remember, it's pretty much already cooked. We're just going to get some of that cheese sauce. We're just going to kind of heat it up and brown the top of it. So you kind of got to watch this close in an air fryer. All right, we'll be back when that's done. It's out of the oven. Let's give it a try. Yeah, it came out very good. Very tasty. I don't think you would know it wasn't traditional. And this is a whole meal for me. It's traditionally a side dish, but because it has all the protein from the tofu cheese and the vegetables, this is a full meal for me. And making a small batch like this in the air fryer, yeah, this is my dinner. I'm back on the trail I was on the other day when I got stabbed by the spike. So I'm going to give this another try with some real hiking boots this time. Yeah, real hiking boots, not Crocs. So beautiful here, the landscape. Just got to this little shady spot. There's a big boulder there and it looks like a juniper tree. Out here all alone by itself. Oh, and a gate, a cattle gate. Which, I guess we have to go through this. Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, look at that. Alligator juniper? It's such a beautiful day to take a hike or be outdoors at all. I think it's about 60 degrees today. But when you're out here in the sun, it can get pretty hot, even if the air temperature is cool. And when you're climbing up a hill, you work out a little more. But I just love a day like today, where I can just wander like this through the desert, take my time, enjoy the view. This is always a bit of a challenge, walking on all these rocks. Getting a little steeper here as we get closer to the base of these. I have to remember though that climbing 500 or 600 feet in 1.5 miles over those cobblestones is a lot more than hiking 1.5 miles on a flat trail. I'm a little out of breath, but let's keep going. I'm not done yet. That's the road up there that goes up to the mines. I'm gonna keep going. Not sure if I'll make it. Not promising anything. I'm not one of those hikers that needs to climb all the way to the top of the peak to be satisfied. I'm just satisfied with a good walk. I'm starting to enter a canyon here, and there's more washed out sections. And I'm getting a little tired, so I've got to be more careful here. Hiking with old men. That's what I should name this. I'm not really an aggressive hiker. I'm more of a, I guess I'd call it a lazy hiker. Okay, we're going up higher here. Looking back at the valley where the van is. And I am out of breath. Taking lots of breaks here. Whew, okay. Try a little more. I'm doing little spurts at a time. Okay. There's a lot of trails here. I came to many forks, a couple 2-tracks, and a couple trails. So I don't know where I'm going. I see a road up there. But you know what? It's getting late. Okay, I'm turning around and heading back down. The van is down the bottom there. The sun's gonna set in about an hour. Let's see if we can make it back down in less than an hour. But it is slippery. I've almost fallen on my butt a couple times. You really gotta watch where you're walking. I almost stepped on you, little buddy. Good thing you were moving then. Why'd you stop moving? For a photo op? Pretty. First one I've seen this year. It's that golden hour. It's so pretty, the lighting. I really enjoy hiking to places I've never been before. It makes it more of an adventure. I'm having a hard time because the sun is right at eye level now, and it's really bright. I can't look at it, but I can't put on my sunglasses because the ground where all the rocks I'm walking on is in shadow. So I need to, you could see me tripping. I need to pay attention to where I'm walking. And I'm almost back at the van. So I think I timed it out pretty good. Beautiful colors on the mountains back there. hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you down the road.